Nightmare Radio.
When I was 22, I met a guy named Caleb through a dating app. At first, things were fine. We went on 4 dates over the course of about 5 weeks. The first date was just a quick coffee meet at a local cafe in Boulder, Colorado. The kind of short intro you do to make sure someone isn't a walking red flag. It lasted maybe 40 minutes. He seemed polite, calm, maybe a little stiff, but nothing that set off alarms. The second date was at a laid-back bar near Pearl Street. We had a couple drinks, shared some laughs. He loosened up a bit after his second beer, and I started to think, okay, maybe he's just nervous at first. The third date was dinner. We met at a cozy Italian spot on a Wednesday night. That's when I started noticing something. I couldn't pinpoint it, but something about his presence, his pauses, the way he'd stare too long, how quickly his mood shifted if a joke didn't land, just made me uneasy. He kissed me at the end of the night. I didn't push him away, which made me feel obligated to convince myself that things had gone fine. Our fourth and final date happened 2 weeks later, a Friday night out for drinks again. But this time, I wasn't excited. I went in cautious, alert. And that's when I started paying closer attention to his quirks. There was something performative about his friendliness, like he was rehearsing being normal. Then came the drinking fast and excessive. He kept trying to lean in and kiss me, even at the bar, even when I was clearly pulling away. I'm not into PDA, especially not at a crowded bar. I made a gentle excuse, told him I was tired, and suggested we call it a night. As we walked to our cars, parked in different lots, he stopped and asked bluntly, "Want to go back to my place?" I said no, told him I had work early, which was a lie. He pressed again, told me he could drive me in the morning. It was off-putting, drunk or not. It felt manipulative, and he shouldn't have been driving. I headed to my car in the parking lot across from the bar and started driving home, slowly, because I'd had 2 drinks. Not drunk, just extra cautious. That's when I noticed a car behind me, still tailing me after 3 turns. At the 4th intersection, I realized it was Caleb's car. I texted him, "Are you following me?" His reply came almost instantly. "Yeah, I just want to make sure you get home safe." I called him. He didn't answer. Creeped out, I pulled into a gas station and messaged him, "Please stop following me. I'm fine." His car paused, lingered in the street, then eventually drove off. Later that night, already in bed, I got another text from him. "Hope I didn't weird you out. Sorry, I got so drunk. Next time we should do something chill, maybe dinner at my place?" I didn't reply. The next morning, he sent, "Is the vibe dead?" 2 hours later, just a question mark. I finally responded, "Hey, I've enjoyed getting to know you, but I don't think our personalities match. I'm also trying to focus on myself. Hope you understand." Then came the fury. "No, I don't understand. You strung me along for 4 dates? How about you pay me back for half of everything I bought you?" More angry messages followed, some with disturbing references to details he shouldn't have known. I blocked him. Thought that was the end of it. I was wrong. It started with no caller ID, calls, dozens of them over a few days. I ignored them all. Then one evening, I came home from work. My parents weren't home, and found a bouquet of flowers on the porch. There was a card, a long apology, signed by Caleb. He knew where I lived. I sent one final message. "Please do not contact me again. If you show up at my house, I will file a restraining order." I kept him blocked. Didn't want to see if he replied, but that wasn't the end either. About a week later, I was home alone for the weekend. My parents were at a cabin in Estes Park. Our house is 2 stories, my room being a loft upstairs. That night, I woke up suddenly. I wasn't sure why at first, until I heard the faint creak of a door. Then silence. Then soft, deliberate footsteps across the hallway. I froze. Every part of me was screaming, "Intruder." I slid off the bed and crawled underneath it. I dialed 911 from under the frame, whispering to the dispatcher. Then I texted my family. "Is anyone home?" No response. And then the footsteps reached my room. My bedroom door opened. Carpet muted the steps, but I could feel them. I saw his shoes stop beside the dresser. The drawers opened. I could hear rummaging. I clamped a hand over my mouth to keep from breathing too loudly. A man's voice whispered, "God." Damn it, it was Caleb. I recognized the voice. He sat on the edge of my bed. His weight shifted the mattress above me. I watched the outline of his shoes through the bedskirt. 2 minutes passed, maybe more. Then he stood, mumbled something to himself, walked back downstairs. The front door creaked shut. I stayed under the bed until the officer arrived. The police swept the house. Every window was unlocked. The dining room one, in particular, was large enough for someone to crawl through. There was a bush in front of it. Maybe that's how he got in. I gave a full report. When my parents returned the next morning, we went to the police station. Showed them the text where he admitted to following me. The flowers, the card. But with no physical proof he was the one in the house, it didn't go far. They advised I never contact him again, and thankfully, I was granted a restraining order. He never came back. Still, I lived in fear until I moved out the following year. And even now, 2 years later, every time a car slows down outside my new apartment in Salt Lake City, my heart jumps. I don't know where Caleb is now, but I hope he never finds me.